Kyle Abbott blames Victor Newman for Patty's devastating rampage and vows revenge after Jack's near-fatal ordeal. As the Abbott family celebrates Jack's recovery and reflects on John Abbott's legacy, Billy refuses to join Kyle's dangerous mission, setting the stage for an explosive new chapter in Genoa City. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. After watching these videos, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Y&RRecap for Monday, July 13th. Kyle holds Victor responsible for Patty's chaos and swears to get even. The Abbott women welcome Lauren as an honorary member of the family as they gather to mark Patty's downfall and cheer Jack's promising recovery. Tracy, Ashley, and Jack reflect on the lasting impact of their father John Abbott. Meanwhile, Kyle urges Billy to team up with him against Victor, whom he blames for the recent turmoil inflicted on the family by Patty, but Billy declines, citing his upcoming fatherhood as the reason he must stay out of the fray. This episode of the Young and the Restless broadcasts on Monday, July 13th, 2026, in the United States and airs one day earlier in Canada. At Society, Kyle presses Billy for an alliance against Victor, but Billy opts out due to the baby. Kyle and Billy sit down together at the bar. Billy attempts to calm Kyle's worries, telling him that things will turn out okay, which only heightens Kyle's suspicion that Billy might be hiding details about another looming crisis. Billy quickly clarifies that's not the case, everyone is safe now. Kyle counters that there's no way to be certain, and Billy acknowledges the point, admitting he might be trying to reassure himself as much as Kyle. Kyle opens up about the horrifying moment he discovered Jack bleeding on the floor and the fear that gripped him at the thought of losing his father without a proper goodbye. Both men express how much they rely on Jack's presence and guidance. Billy doubts his own ability to fill that role but suggests Tracy or Ashley might be better suited. He expresses relief that Kyle managed to save Diane, noting the devastating blow her loss would have dealt the entire family. Billy compliments Kyle, saying he sees a lot of Jack in him. Surprised by the candid conversation, Kyle hears Billy reflect on their strained history. Billy notes that Jack was already an adult when he was born and recalls Victor once labeling him a punk, something Billy admits he was. He confesses feeling displaced when Kyle arrived, as Jack shifted his attention to his younger son. Billy expresses regret over the years of tension with Jack. When he mentions his own past fixation on revenge against Victor, Kyle eagerly steers the talk toward payback. Billy cautions him that pursuing revenge leads only to ruin. Kyle insists he has no alternative, since Patty nearly killed his father. Billy tries to dissuade him, warning that Kyle is no rival for Patty and that avoiding her entirely is the wisest course. Kyle argues that she must have had help, and especially financial backing, for her efforts to reclaim Jack. His primary target, however, is Victor. Billy compares Victor to Moby Dick, the elusive white whale that destroyed Captain Ahab in his obsessive quest. He reminds Kyle that confronting Victor means confronting the entire Newman family. Billy explains some of the reasons behind his split from Victoria, many of which stem from her unwavering loyalty to her father. Kyle understands and questions how the Newmans can consistently back such a ruthless figure. Billy quips that Victor must be drugging them into compliance. Still set on vengeance against the mustache, Kyle fields questions from Billy about his strategy. Kyle admits he hasn't formulated one yet amid the recent whirlwind of events. Billy calls that a weak justification, but Kyle pushes back, reminding him of finding Jack near death just days earlier and carrying his terrified mother in his arms earlier that day. He's confident a plan will come together soon. Billy decides not to argue further and notes that this is the first time he's truly seen a resemblance to himself in Kyle. He advises Kyle that he'll have to chart his own path, though Kyle presses for at least some insights from Billy's previous unsuccessful attempts to best Victor. In the end, Kyle directly invites Billy to join him in delivering some justice. His expression shows he knows the proposal is appealing. Kyle adds that he's aware Billy also craves accountability. Billy describes the idea as a dangerous siren song that could wreck them both. He concedes the temptation but deems it too risky. Kyle emphasizes the need for them to work together. Billy acknowledges that months earlier he would have jumped in immediately, but with a baby on the way, he simply cannot. He even jokes about plugging his ears to block the lure. Kyle assures him he won't ask again but reaffirms his own determination to handle it and succeed. At Genoa City Memorial Hospital, Diane and Abby spend time with a recovering Jack. Jack wakes to see Diane at his bedside. She vows to remain by his side indefinitely. Jack expresses concern that the medical equipment might unsettle her, but Diane finds comfort in watching his heartbeat on the monitor. They both feel grateful that Patty failed to separate them. Jack asks Diane to move closer, prompting her playful remark that she'd practically be in his hospital gown if she did. He says he wouldn't mind. Eager to rebuild their marriage after the separation, Jack enjoys the light moment, though he asks Diane to skip the jokes for now, as laughing hurts. Diane declares she never wants to encounter Patty again, and Jack promises that Patty will never harm anyone else. She encourages him to rest, and he points out that she needs it too. Diane agrees, planning to head home for a relaxing bath and then sleep while dreaming of him. Abby soon arrives, and Jack welcomes her to sit with him. Diane says her goodbyes. Abby tells Jack how thankful she is that he pulled through. She mentions that Colleen and his parents are watching over him, and Jack agrees the angels have his back, though he wishes they had given him a heads-up about Patty. Abby regrets that the family didn't intervene sooner to protect Jack from Patty, but he acknowledges they tried and that he had stubbornly gone his own way. She urges him to stay strong, as everyone needs a happy resolution. Sensing something is weighing on her, Jack insists she share. Abby reveals that Devin is struggling but she is committed to supporting him through it. Jack reminds her that she and Devin started as friends, so he believes they can communicate and work toward a better place. Privately, Jack admits to being in significant pain, though he kept that from Diane. He's relieved he'll be discharged soon. Abby tells him to rest and kisses his cheek before leaving. Tears fill her eyes once she's outside the room. Left alone, Jack endures nightmares of the night Patty stabbed him. When he wakes, he thinks back on John's guidance over the years and how he made his father proud by reclaiming the family company. At the Abbott mansion, the Abbott women bond over memories of John and toast Jack's recovery after Patty's defeat. Tracy, Ashley, and Lauren enter the Abbott home, relieved that Jack has regained consciousness even though he asked them to leave the hospital. Tracy appreciates that the cleaning crew has removed every reminder of Patty's presence. Ashley feels the house carries a lingering darkness and floats the idea that the family might need to relocate. Tracy and Lauren push back against that suggestion. Tracy thanks Lauren for her steadfast friendship with Jack, and Lauren returns the sentiment. Lauren admits she envies the close bond the Abbott siblings share, having grown up as an only child. Ashley points out that their relationships haven't always been easy, but Tracy notes that light requires darkness. The group pauses to honor their father John's memory. Tracy recalls John's reassurance after the birth of her first child, when she feared Brad was doubting their future. He told her it was common for men to feel nervous about fatherhood and that she had nothing to worry about. Ashley shares how John supported her during her second battle with cancer. Lauren expresses gratitude for her own father and wishes she'd had more time with him. Ashley worries she has disappointed John and fallen short of his legacy, but Lauren and Tracy insist he would be proud of her. Tracy suggests a proper girls' night complete with drinks and dinner. Ashley half-jokingly proposes they might need some supernatural help to unwind and recommends using salt to protect the windows from evil spirits. Lauren is doubtful, but Tracy finds the idea reasonable. Tracy brings out a snack tray, suggesting they imagine it as an Abbott breakfast. Lauren asks if that qualifies her as an honorary Abbott, and both Tracy and Ashley happily confirm it does. Ashley laments that she and Tracy haven't had the same romantic luck as Lauren, who has Michael as a devoted husband. Tracy counters that between John and Jack, they've known some of the finest men. Diane returns home, and Tracy checks on her. Diane feels reassured by the safety of the situation and the support around her. Abby joins the gathering and shares that Jack was resting when she left. Diane is still adjusting to the idea of the Abbott mansion as a home. She's appreciative of the warm welcome but admits it doesn't fully feel right yet. The weight of the past few weeks' terror is also sinking in, leaving her somewhat overwhelmed. Abby snaps a group selfie to send to Jack so he can see everyone celebrating his survival. At the hospital, Jack's phone alerts him to the photo. He smiles, visibly encouraged by the image of his loved ones united. The episode highlights themes of family loyalty, the lingering effects of trauma, and the difficult pull of revenge, all while celebrating the bonds that help the Abbotts endure. Life lesson from today's Y&RRecap. One of the biggest lessons from this episode is that love, family, and forgiveness are stronger than anger and revenge. Kyle's pain and desire for justice are understandable after everything his family endured, but Billy's decision to walk away from revenge reminds us that our future is more important than our past. Sometimes the bravest choice isn't fighting back, it's protecting the people who depend on us. Jack's recovery also shows the power of hope and the importance of never taking our loved ones for granted. The Abbott family's support for one another proves that even after tragedy, healing becomes possible when people stand together. Their memories of John Abbott remind us that a person's greatest legacy isn't wealth or success, but the kindness, wisdom, and values they leave behind. No matter how difficult life becomes, choose compassion over hatred, unity over division, and hope over revenge. Those choices create the kind of legacy that lasts for generations. Thanks for watching this videos. Please hit the subscribe button for more updated news.